Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. We have seen sharp cuts across US markets wherein Dow was down about 0.94% and Nasdaq was also down about 0.46%, and this is after a long time that we are seeing that on a monthly basis the US markets were down. Also importantly, the term of Ben Bernanke, the existing Fed chairman, has come to an end and Janet Yellen is going to be the new Fed chief, and it remains to be seen what kind of policy stance she takes up, particularly keeping in mind the liquidity conditions and the revival that we are seeing in the US markets. Also European markets were down anywhere from about 0.34% to almost about 0.72%, and when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is down about 1.3% and SGX Nifty suggesting that we are going to open down about 30 odd points, somewhere in the range of about 6060 to about 6070 odd levels. Since many markets in Asia are shut because of the Chinese New Year, the overall volume participation across the market has been on a lower side. In terms of flows, friends, FIs were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 650 odd crore, and the domestic institutions were buyers to the tune of about 360 odd crore. In the index futures, however, we had seen some kind of a selling by the FIIs. Overall, our markets continue to remain a bit laggard. We had seen stock-specific action on Friday, particularly in the mid-cap space, as the major participants were on a holiday, but looking at the way things are stacked up globally, as well as the fact that the banking as a sector is not participating, the overall bias for the market remains a bit negative. On that note, let me invite Sadhana to take us through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the F&O desk.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. On very first day of February series expiry, we have seen that markets traded very flat and traded almost in a range of 30 to 40 points. In this period, we have seen that short positions are built up by market participants, as around 4.23 lakh shares were added in open interest, and Nifty cost of carry decreased by 23 points. Nifty futures premium decreased from 30 points to 22.50 odd levels. On put call ratio, we have seen that a significant increase in PCR, which is increased from 1.02 to 1.07, which is clearly indicating that put option has added more number of shares than call option. We have seen that put option has added around 45 lakh shares in open interest and call option has added around 25 lakh shares in open interest. We can see in the call strike of 6,000 followed by 5,900, put option has seen a good activity in open interest front, and on higher side 6,100, 6,200, 6,300 call side has seen a good activity in open interest front. As Singapore Nifty is down by 33 points, so 6050 might act as a good support on intraday basis, and 6020 would be a good support on closing basis, and intraday resistance would be 6100. There is no security in ban period today, and on Friday, FIs were net sellers of approximately 170 odd crores in future and option segment. Our trend would be sideways. 6050 would be a lower range for the market, and 6300 would be a higher range for the market. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, the companies which will be announcing numbers today. Tata Chemical, we are looking at a net profit of about 186 crore. Lupin Lab, we are looking at a net profit of about 434 crore. And Divi's Lab, we are looking at a net profit of about 187 crore. The January sales numbers for most of the auto companies are out. Tata Motors reported a 34% decline in the sales to about 40,481 units. Maruti also reported a decline of almost about 10.3%, and their number was about 1,02,416 units. And Mahindra reported about 13.77% decline in their auto sales number at about 42,685 units. However, the tractor sales have shown a growth of about 15%. Supreme Court has rejected an attempt by the incumbent or existing telecom players like Bharti, Vodafone and Idea to block the spectrum auction, which is scheduled for Monday, on the grounds that it would impact their millions of customers. And the company had approached the court after the TDs had rejected the request for extension of the licenses. So this particular auction of 800 megahertz would continue as per originally scheduled. The diesel prices have been hiked by about 50 paise a litre, but there won't be any change in the petrol prices. At the same time, the non-subsidized LPG prices also are cut by 107 rupees per cylinder. And in another important development, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs is likely to consider on February 4th a proposal to give a cash subsidy of about 2,000 per ton of raw sugar exported for 4 million tons of raw sugar in the 2 years. So this is a bit positive for some of the companies which are into exporting of raw sugar, particularly companies like Renuka Sugar. The Diageo has on Friday increased its stake by about 2.4% for a total amount of about 866 crore. Remember friends that Diageo in the past about 2 or 3 months has increased its stake twice, and this deal happened on Friday post the market close around the 2475 odd level. So expect some positive reaction in the McDowell or United Spirits stocks in today's morning session. And in another important development, Singapore's Sembcorp could acquire Gayatri Projects about 45% stake in the NCC Power and look at buying the majority stake in the joint venture when the regulatory hurdles are cleared. Sun Pharma Advanced Research, which is the subsidiary of Sun Pharma, has reported a good set of numbers, and their net profit came in about 30.97 crore for the third quarter, which is looking quite positive. So expect some positive action in the Sun Pharma Advanced stock in today's market. Coming to the stock specific ideas friends, Tata Power, one can go long as the company has agreed to sell its 30% stake in the coal mining firm PT Erutium in Indonesia to Indonesia's corporate for about $500 million. So one can go long there with a stop loss of 72.50 and a target of about 78. TVS Motors came out with good set of numbers, and particularly on the export front their growth was about almost 40%. So one can go long there with a stop loss of 76.50 and a target of about 82. Also in case of JP Power, Abu Dhabi's energy and utilities company called TAQA is set to acquire 2 hydropower projects in Himachal Pradesh from JP Group for a total enterprise valuation of about 12 to 13,000 crore. So one can go long on JP Power with a stop loss of 12.75 and a target of about 14. That's it from all of us friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.